My child, I am sorry, but you will be replaced. Pay attention to my words, because what I am going to reveal in front of you will shock you completely. My child, listen to my voice as I speak directly to you, for the message I bring is one of urgency, a divine warning that must not be ignored. What I am about to reveal will shake you to the core. You have drifted from the path I laid before you, and because of this, you are in danger of being replaced. You must hear me now, for time is running out, and the consequences of your choices are already unfolding before you, whether you realize it or not. I have watched as you have allowed the distractions of this world to cloud your vision, as you have chosen to follow your own desires instead of my will. I have sent signs, I have whispered warnings into your heart, but you have turned a deaf ear to me. The time for subtlety has passed. What lies ahead will be difficult, and you are not prepared. You are standing on the brink of a great trial, a storm that is brewing in the spiritual realm, and you will be swept away if you do not turn back to me now. This storm is unlike anything you have faced before. It is not a mere challenge or obstacle. It is a battle for your very soul. You have strayed too far, and the choices you have made are opening doors that should have remained closed. Doors that lead to destruction, to the forces of darkness that seek to consume all that I have given you. You think you are strong enough to handle these challenges on your own, but you are mistaken. Without me, you are powerless against the forces that seek to pull you down. You are being replaced because there are others who have remained faithful, others who have stayed true to the path I set before them. They have kept their eyes on me, even when the world around them was in chaos. They have prayed, they have sought my face, and they have not wavered. Now they are ready, while you are not. But understand this, my child, I have not given up on you. My love for you is eternal and unchanging. Though you have faltered, I am still calling you back. This is not the end for you, unless you choose it to be. The door is still open, and I am waiting for you to walk through it. I am offering you one final chance, but you must act quickly. The time is short, and the enemy is closing in. He is watching, waiting for you to stumble just one more time so that he can claim you for his own. But you do not have to let him. I have given you the power to overcome, but you must choose to take hold of it. You are being replaced because you have taken my grace for granted. You have treated my mercy as though it were a license to continue in your own way, thinking that there would always be more time to make things right. But my child, time is not endless. There is a season for everything, and your season of complacency has come to an end. The harvest is near and the workers are few. I have called many, but few have responded. Now the ones who have answered my call are stepping into the roles I prepared for them. Roles that were meant for you if only you had been obedient. But I am a God of second chances, of mercy and redemption. I am not here to cast you aside, but to wake you up. I am speaking directly to your heart, pleading with you to return to me before it is too late. You have allowed the enemy to gain a foothold in your life, but I can break the chains that bind you if you will only let me. The choice is yours, my child. Will you continue down the path of destruction, or will you humble yourself and return to me? The world around you is changing rapidly, and many are blind to what is coming. They are consumed with their own lives, with their own plans and ambitions, unaware that the foundations of the earth are shaking beneath them. But I have given you eyes to see and ears to hear. I have revealed to you the truth, yet you have chosen to ignore it. You have placed your trust in the things of this world, in money, in power, in relationships, in your own abilities, but all of these things will pass away. Only I remain. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. All that you see before you will one day be no more, but my word endures forever. You are being replaced because there are those who have chosen to put their trust in me, and I am raising them up to do the work that you were called to do. But this does not mean that you are beyond hope. I am calling you to repent, to turn away from the things that have led you astray, and to return to the path I have set before you. The road will not be easy, but I will be with you every step of the way. I have never left you, and I will never forsake you, but you must be willing to surrender. You must lay down your pride, your fear, your doubt, and allow me to lead you once again. Do not be deceived, my child. The enemy is a master of lies, and he will do everything in his power to convince you that it is too late, that you are unworthy, that you have been cast aside. But I tell you the truth, as long as you have breath in your lungs, it is not too late. My arms are open wide, ready to receive you, to heal you, to restore you. But you must take the first step. You must choose to walk away from the things that are holding you captive and run into my arms. The storm that is coming will test the faith of many, and only those who are rooted in me will be able to withstand it. The world will be shaken, and the foundations of everything you know will be tested. Nations will rise and fall, economies will collapse, and the hearts of men will fail them for fear of what is coming upon the earth. But I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. If you are anchored in me, you will not be moved. You are being replaced because you have allowed fear and doubt to rule your heart. You have let the opinions of others sway you from the truth. You have sought the approval of men rather than the approval of your Creator. But I tell you this, the approval of man is fleeting, but my approval is eternal. What I have prepared for you is far greater than anything this world can offer, but you must be willing to let go of the things that are holding you back. I am calling you to rise up, to take your place in the army of the Lord. The battle is fierce, and the time is short. The enemy knows that his time is coming to an end, and he is pulling out all the stops to deceive, to distract, to destroy. But you, my child, were created for such a time as this. You were not placed on this earth by accident. You have a purpose, a calling, a destiny that was written in the heavens long before you were born. But you must choose to walk in it. You must choose to take up your cross and follow me, no matter the cost. The replacement is not final if you heed my voice now. I am giving you this warning because I love you, because I desire for you to fulfill the purpose I have for your life. But you must act quickly, for the window of opportunity is closing. The decisions you make in the coming days will determine your future, not only in this life but in eternity. Do not be like those who hear my words but do not act on them. They are like a house built on sand, and when the storm comes, their foundation crumbles and they are swept away. But those who hear my words and put them into practice are like a house built on solid rock. When the storm comes, they will stand firm because their foundation is unshakable. I am the rock, the sure foundation, and if you build your life on me, you will never be moved. But if you continue to build on the shifting sands of this world, you will be replaced, for my work will go on with or without you. The choice is yours, my child. Will you stand with me, or will you be swept away by the tide of destruction that is coming? I take no pleasure in replacing you, for I created you with a purpose, with gifts and talents that are unique to you. But I am a just God, and I cannot allow disobedience and rebellion to continue unchecked. The time has come for you to make a decision. Will you return to me with all your heart, or will you continue down the path that leads to destruction? My heart aches for you, my child, for I see the potential within you, the greatness that I placed inside you. But I also see the choices you are making, and they are leading you away from me. You are at a crossroads, and the path you choose will determine your future. Choose wisely, for the time is short, and the days are evil. The enemy is working overtime to deceive my people, to lead them astray with false promises and empty lies. But I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. If you remain in me, you will bear much fruit, but apart from me, you can do nothing. Do not be deceived by the fleeting pleasures of this world, for they are a trap, a snare set by the enemy to keep you from fulfilling your destiny. You are being replaced because there is work to be done, and I need those who are willing to stand firm in their faith, who are not swayed by the winds of this world. You are being replaced, my child, but not in the way you fear. I am not replacing you from the good places, but from the places you think are good for you, places that, in reality, are harmful to your soul. These are the places where you have clung too tightly to what seems comfortable and familiar. But I see what you cannot. I see the hidden dangers, the traps that lie beneath the surface, the snares set by the enemy to entangle your spirit and keep you from the freedom I desire for you. You are being replaced from the bad places, from the toxic situations, from the environments that drain you, corrupt your heart, and pull you further from me. You see, what you have been holding onto is not where I intend for you to be. These places, whether they are relationships, ambitions, or comforts, have become like chains around your heart. You have convinced yourself that they are essential to your happiness, that they are part of your purpose, but they are only illusions. They are distractions, cleverly disguised to appear as blessings, yet in reality they are obstacles, keeping you from walking fully in my will. I am removing you from these places not to punish you, but to save you from the consequences that you cannot yet see. You have been looking at these things through the eyes of the flesh, but I am calling you to see them with spiritual eyes. The world has taught you to place value on things that are fleeting. You have been conditioned to chase after status, success, validation from others, things that seem good, that offer momentary satisfaction, but are like vapor in the wind. You think they are your foundation, but they are not solid. You cannot build a life on these things, because when the storms come, they will collapse, and you will be left with nothing. I am here to prevent that collapse. I am taking you out of these places before it is too late, before they consume you entirely. What you call good, I see as bondage. What you call security, I see as chains. These are the bad places from which you must be freed. You may resist at first, thinking that I am taking something away from you that you cannot live without. But trust me, my child, I am replacing what is harmful with what is truly life-giving. I know you are afraid of the unknown, afraid to let go of what you have become comfortable with, but I am leading you into something far better than you can imagine. You are being replaced not from the good, but from the places where you've unknowingly traded my eternal promises for temporary comforts. These are places where your soul is at risk, places that seem good in the moment but are filled with darkness underneath. Relationships that you thought would bring you joy, yet they have only brought you heartache and compromise. Opportunities that seemed like they would elevate you, yet they have only distanced you from my purpose for your life. I am pulling you out of these places because I love you too much to leave you where you are. You have settled for less than what I have prepared for you, and now I must act, for you do not see the full picture. It is time for you to understand that not every good thing is from me. Not every open door is meant for you to walk through. The enemy also opens doors. He places enticing options before you, wrapped in what seems like blessing, but inside there is only destruction. You must trust me, even when I remove you from what seems to be good. You must trust that I am leading you away from these things because they are leading you down a path that ends in ruin. You have prayed for my guidance, you have asked for my help, and this is my answer. I am moving you away from the bad places, the places where your soul is in jeopardy. It may not feel like an answer to your prayers at first, because you have grown attached to what I am asking you to leave behind. But my child, I see the end from the beginning. I know what will happen if you stay where you are. The longer you remain in these situations, the harder it will be for you to hear my voice, and the more entangled you will become in the enemy's web. The places I am removing you from are not part of my plan for you. They were never meant to be permanent. Some of them were meant to be temporary stops on your journey, but you have made them your destination. You have built your identity around these things, but they are not who you are. Your identity is in me. Your worth is not found in the approval of others, in worldly success, or in the material things you have accumulated. Your worth is found in the fact that I have called you by name, that I have set you apart for a purpose greater than you can see right now. You are being replaced from the bad places because I am leading you into the places of true blessing. But understand this, my child, true blessing does not always look like what the world calls blessing. It may not come with riches or fame or comfort, but it will come with peace, with joy, with a sense of fulfillment that nothing in this world can offer you. I am leading you to a place where you will be fully aligned with my will, where you will walk in the purpose I designed for you before the foundations of the world were laid. But first, I must remove you from the places that are holding you back. Do not mourn what I am asking you to leave behind, for what I have ahead for you is far greater. The relationships that you thought were essential, the jobs you thought were critical to your success, the habits you thought were harmless, these are the very things that have been keeping you from stepping into the fullness of what I have for you. I am stripping away what is harmful so that I can rebuild you, stronger, purer, and more in tune with my voice. I know that right now it feels like loss, like I am taking something precious from you, but what you will gain is far more valuable than what you are leaving behind. You are being replaced from the bad places so that I can bring you into places of true peace and joy, places where your soul can flourish, where you can grow in ways you never thought possible. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. Trust me, my child, for I am your creator and I know what is best for you. You cannot see the full picture now, but one day you will look back and understand why I had to remove you from these places. You will see how these things you thought were good were actually holding you in bondage. You will thank me for pulling you out before it was too late. There are places you have called good simply because they feel comfortable, because they offer a sense of control, but I am calling you to something far greater than comfort. I am calling you to a life of purpose, a life of meaning, a life that reflects my glory. And that cannot happen as long as you remain in places that drain your spirit and distract your heart. The world will tell you that I am taking away your opportunities, that I am closing doors that should remain open. But I tell you the truth, I am replacing you from places that would have destroyed you, even though they appeared to be good. I am saving you from the consequences that you do not yet see. The enemy has laid traps in those places, but I am pulling you out before you fall into them. It is time to let go, my child. Let go of the things you have clung to, the things that you thought defined you. Let go of the relationships that have pulled you away from me, the ambitions that have consumed your heart, the distractions that have kept you from hearing my voice. I am replacing you from these bad places because I love you, because I want what is best for you, and because I have a plan for your life that is far greater than anything you could ever imagine. The road ahead will require faith. It will require you to trust me when you cannot see the outcome. But know this, I am with you every step of the way. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will guide you through the valleys, through the storms, through the trials, and I will bring you into a place of victory. But first, you must be willing to leave the bad places behind. Do not fear the unknown, for I am already there. I have gone before you, and I am preparing the way. What you see as loss is actually gain. What you see as rejection is actually protection. What you see as the end is only the beginning of a new chapter in your life, one that will be filled with my presence, my guidance, and my blessings. So, my child, do not resist what I am doing. Do not fight against the changes I am making in your life. Surrender to me, and I will lead you into the good places, the places of peace, joy, and purpose. You are being replaced, but not from the good places. You are being replaced from the bad, from the toxic, from the harmful. Trust me, and you will see that what I have planned for you is far beyond anything you could ever imagine. Hold on to me, and I will lead you into the fullness of the life I have prepared for you. Amen.